Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I am going to show you a guide for Heihachi, and I'm going to show you his strengths, his weaknesses, his notable buttons in the neutral, and your general game plan if you want to use him. And I think he is pretty strong in season 2, and of course we're going to get season 3 in next month, and we will see, will he change, will they nerf him or will they buff him? Who knows? Me personally, I think they should nerf him. His damage too much, and there's a bunch of other stuff. But today, this is just a guide, so I'm going first show you the strengths. So his Heihachi strength is his damage. His combo damage, his wall combo damage is absurd. He can 2-tap you basically from any combo, from your electric or EWGF, or from a 443, 442, right? He has great damage and he has great combos as well. And his combo is not that hard, while have a lot of travel, right? A lot of travel. That was a suboptimal combo, and I'm already at the wall. So he has great combo, he has great combo travel, great combo damage, and that all of them leads to his wall combo damage, which is arguably one of the best wall combo damage in the game. So I'm gonna show you a full combo here. Into a wall combo. And that's already 104 damage. That's half of your enemy's health points, right? This game has 200 health, and 104 is half, more than half. So he has amazing combos, amazing damage, amazing wall combo damage as well, right? And you have the electric. That's a regular electric, but the electric is, of course, one of the best pressure tool, one of the best keep out tools, and one of the best a clip tool. Like for example, your enemy likes to move a lot, like to sidestep, likes to sidestep left, sidestep right, like randomly, and they have like warp, backdash, they like to move. You can use electric, dash electric especially, to catch their movement and launch them. So that's basically almost like all the electrics, like for Kazuya, for Reina, and for Heihachi, for Jin, and for Devil Jin. Electric is one of the best tools VC must have, right? So that's a good tool to have. And of course, we have to talk about his Warrior Instinct. Warrior Instinct is ridiculous. Of course, it's only once per match, but it's just absurd damage on top of absurd damage on top of crazy frames. His hidden electric became safe, and the hidden Thunder God also became safe. His 442 plus 1, safe hell sweep, right? Unless you just do the single one, right? Which is minus 14, but you don't want to do that in Warrior Instinct. So you want to extend it. Minus 3. So he is like a boss character in Warrior Instinct, right? But you have to use your hit burst 3 times to get the tokens. So you were playing Heihachi, remember that every round you have to use your heat to get Warrior Instinct. So you can use Warrior Instinct as soon as possible, or use it when you're about to lose or it's the match round, right? So keep in mind you have to use your heat. And then he has one of the best hit smash in the game. Even though his tracking is not that good, we will talk about in the weakness part, but his hit smash alone is very versatile. It can wall splat from a distance, right? Can wall splat with it. Can also break wall, break the floor with his other songs. And if you don't know, after he hits you with this hit smash, you have actually a guaranteed move after it if they move at all. That is guaranteed damage for the daily. There we go. You can use Iron Hand to clip them from moving. Of course, if they stay on the ground, you can use like low, like a mid low floor and off the ground. OTG we call it. OTG move. You can use force down 3, or you can use like a low risk alone. Just right. So you can do that. So this hit smash is very versatile, very good, and it can lead you to massive amount of damage, wall combo, and it is the best pressure tool in the wall. Right at the wall, it is the best move. And then after that, he has his hit moves. It's not a lot, but it's pretty good in my opinion. You have an extension from upward 4, his homing move, jump +2, right? And then of course the back 3-3, back 3-3, 1 +2. This is a good wall combo because it guarantees damage on the last hit, unscaled damage, right? And of course down 4 is actually a good combo ender, after a long combo without a wall in the stage. So if the stage, not this one, for example the Colosseum, because the walls is far, you can use down 3 1 +2 in hit to end the combo with massive amount of damage. And then his other hit moves, he has of course the huge smash, and mostly his hit engagers, right? His hit engager, we'll talk about this. His meter is pretty okay. His better ones are actually the punch parry. The punch parry hit engager is pretty good. Of course, he has like a pseudo demon paw. It doesn't have the like great properties like of Jin or Kazuya. They have a better tracking, better range than Heihachi, but it's still a good move. Right? It is still a approaching hit, right? So it is a pretty good. You can also combo off of it. And of course, every character have 4 hit engagers. Heihachi has 2 hit engagers that can combo for 1 +2, which is the one that I showed you, and up forward to 1. Up forward to 1. It's pretty good. It has a quite a long range. You can kinda hit compromise. Very delayable. It's pretty good, but it is -11, so be careful with that. It's not that much though. And of course, back 1 +2. Other than those 2, the other hit engagers only guarantees you a hit. So for example, if you hit with punch parry, you can use Omen. Or the Thunder God, right? If you want like max damage, you want Omen. Let me see if I can do it. I generally don't use Omen because I just want the guaranteed damage. Oh. There we go. That's the Omen. Just use the just frame Thunder God face, right? It's just easier, more consistent than a like the perfect Omen. And then he has of course the Hell Sweep. Okay, let me turn off the keyboard. His Hell Sweep is very interesting because his single L sweep is homing. This is homing. So because his lack of tracking, you can use your homing Hell Sweep to track their movement and get +8. So this is a good move. Of course, it has the drawback of being large particle, right? -23. The enemy can punish you with anything. -23 is pretty right, so you have to be careful with it. Of course, if you want to mix your opponent, can continue this string. You can continue the Hell Sweep string. There's a mid option. There's the low option. There you go. But if your opponent is good, they can fuzzy guard. So most of the time, they will guard both of the options. The low, they can punish with -10, they can be jet, or if they are June, you have to be careful because they have a wall splatting big jet, right? So be careful when you're fighting June, when you're using the Hell Sweep low, the low. But it hits, of course, it's a launcher, so pretty good. And the mid, it's just a check, right? But for like plus frames, you can just use the single Hell Sweep. It tracks, right? So it's a pretty good move. And then, of course, Heihachi has great mids. He has 4-4-4, right? 4-4-4, forward 1 series, back 4, forward 3, and then you can continue to a stance, down 1 2, back 2, very good, back 2, up 4 for tracking, hunting hawk is pretty okay, right? It's a +4, low crushing move. So Heihachi has great mids. Forward 4-2 for punishing, like wave punish, and forward 4-2. Right? He has great mids. And then of course you have the two stances that you have, the Thunder God, Kamae, and that's the Wind God. So this is the Wind God, Kamae, and it's the Thunder God. You can access the Wind God from notably forward 3, right? Notably forward 3. Of course, you can access it by using 1 back 2, of course. And then the Thunder God, mostly you access it by using your Heat Smash, like this, right? Pretty good senses, and you can mix it up. You can mix up your opponent. Most of the time, you use E, well, both of them, especially, right? So Wind, to mix it up, you either can use mid, I think it's a launch, it's pretty good. If your opponent ducks forward 4, you're guaranteed to get the hidden electric, right? For example, crouching block, guaranteed to massive amount of damage, right? Can do a lot of damage into the wall with great wall travel, right? And of course you have a low. It's an okay low, it's -4, but it has great damage, right? That's the name of the game of Heihachi, great damage. And of course you can use throw. It's pretty good throw. Pretty good throw. You can also do hunting hawk from this, pretty good. And remember, this is a tip, you can use your forward 3 or your there's a transition from 1 back 2 also, right? And 3-2 also, you can transition to Wind God stance. And after that moves, while transitioning, you can use your hidden electric to catch off highs. Hidden electric has a evasive property that can evade highs. So if they jab, for example, from 4-3 or 4-4, you can also hit for 4 after that, which is the better one, because you have +4. You can do this and then do hidden electric. This way, if the opponent jabs after it, they get launched, because hidden electric has high crushing properties, so that's pretty good. But be careful though, hidden electric is -10, so your opponent is gonna punish it. Just mix it up, right? And of course, for Thunder God, that's mainly just to mix up the homing high guard break launch, normal launch, this one, it guard breaks, which is crazy, and it guarantees 1-1-2. So at the wall, of course, you're gonna use this massive amount of damage, 41 damage, pretty good. And of course you can use the mid. So that's the 2 riskier option, which with greater reward, because the main option is -11, and of course this one is a high, so they can duck it. But if you want a little bit more of a safer option, you can use the 3. A mid check, -7. In here you can actually send it. It's the same properties as down here. in the neutral, so you can use that, and you can actually hell sweep from it. But generally that's not a good move, because it's a low. They can punish you. They can launch punish you, right? So be careful with that. And lastly, Heihachi's greatest strength is his punishments, right? His 10 frame 112, the best 10 frame in the game. It has great range, right? You can overcome it easily, right? And of course his wall splats. You know this. If you ever fought a Heihachi before, where it wall splats into massive amounts of damage. That's the 10 frame. And then you have 11 frame 2-2, but generally you really don't want to use 2-2, just use 1-1-2, right? The flash punch. And then at 12 frames you can use the Chrome Dome, or 1+2. The Chrome Dome is the best 12 frame punishment. Why? Because it has a plus 14 window. You can do anything with that. You can do, like for the 14 or the 14, 13, something like that. You can use down forward for +2. And for example, if your opponent did a -12 move, Chrome Dome, and there we go, wall splat. You're dead, right? You're dead. Or you can do Chrome Dome into Heat Engager, into Iron Hand. So you get a Heat Engager there. So you don't lose your Warrior Instinct tokens, right? Well, or rather you can gain a token. And of course you can do a back one score situation. Generally you want down for 4 anyway. And on Warrior Instinct, if you remember, there is a move in down forward 2-1, which is a 13 frame launcher, 13 frame, right? So if your opponent has a move with -12, generally like down forward 2, like Dragon of down forward 2, that time of down 2, not the safe one, they generally is -12 or hop kick. You can do Chrome Dome down forward 2-1, and that's a launch, right? So his punishments is crazy good. Block punishment is crazy good. And if you have the execution, you can actually do a Heat Engager combo from Chrome Dome by using 4-4 on +2. But it is high, but you can do it. There you go. Right? You can do that while on hit, and you get a combo. There we go. So that's a good move. Combo. Everything -12, right? Even if your opponent is like -14, -13, generally you want to use Chrome Dome anyway, because it has great range, right? It has great range, and it's generally more damage than just the regular 13 frame or 14 frame punish. For example, as I mentioned, down forward 4 1+2 on its own is 33 damage, but with Chrome Dome 38, right? So use Chrome Dome. Anything above -12 to 14, use Chrome Dome. Of course, you can use down forward 1-3 if you like, with the perfect charge, with the blue spark. It's a good move because you gain health from this. You gain health from chip damage. So if you have a lot of chip damage, use number 1. The spark gives you a lot of health. Use that. And then 15 frames, of course. And if you're a god in execution, in 14 frames also, you can use the electric. You have to be fast, of course. It is pretty hard. It doesn't have a generic 15 frame launcher, right? So you have to be good at electric. So you can launch 15 frames at the minimum, right? 15 frames with electric. So you have to practice electrics on this character, because if you do not, you leave a lot of potential and a lot of damage from this character. So learn electric. You gotta learn it. It sucks, but Heihachi is a hard character. It's a technical character, right? So learn the electrics. And that's most of his strengths. And for his weaknesses, I briefly mentioned it. Of course, his tracking. You can, most of the moves that he does, you can sidestep it to the left or sidewalk to the left. He's very vulnerable to the left. Just like his son Kazuya, you can sidestep to the left, sidewalk to the left, right? Must be mindful of the single hell sweep. Just be mindful also. And the electric, if your opponent is a Heihachi, but generally he lacks sidestep. Right, he lacks tracking and most of his moves. But of course, if the opponent like sidestep to the right, you can use back four. Back four is pretty good. It tracks to your right, so it is a great move. And you can use down forward 1 2 series. Down forward series. It has good tracking, but of course it loses to sidewalk left. So be careful with that. And of course, you can use your tracking moves, upward 4, back 3. Right? You can use them, but just be careful because this one is a high. Right? It's a high, and it's not a good payoff, like back 3 in its own, because you don't want to use the tension because it's a high. The opponent, if they're good, they can duck it. And he's back 3, it's minus 12. So, Dragunov can launch that in his heat, right? So, just be careful of that. If you want to be safe, just use up. And he has medical lows, except his health sweep, right? His health sweep is pretty good. But other than that, he doesn't have really good lows. Down back 3. It's okay move. Minus 2 doesn't give a plus frame, doesn't give momentum, doesn't have a big damage, just minus 10 damage. No high crush, right? No high crush, so it's okay. And then of course down back 2, great damage, right? High crush. However, you're dead, minus 18. So you have to be careful. His lows is not really good, except his health rate, right? Except his health rate. Mediocre lows. But it compromises him because he has great hits. You want to incentivize the enemy to duck. That's why you use a bunch of lows. So they duck. Right? And then of course he has a big wave punish window, especially on one of your notable buttons. That's see? Yes, you have a lot of window to punish this. The enemy have a lot of window. If you whiff this, you're dead. So just be careful of this. It has like a big window to whiff punish. And I think that's generally his weakness. He doesn't have a bunch of like weaknesses like other characters, other low tier. That's why I think Heihachi is really strong. It depends on the pilot. If they can utilize Heihachi, they can use his movement with wave dash, electric, and pressure to win, right? And now I'm gonna just give you the notable buttons, of course, the WGF, and then you can use in the neutral 1 back 2. It is a really good move, 1 back 2. It counter hits into 1 back to 1 plus 2. 40 damage, right? Crazy damage. But in general, just use 1 back 2. But there's a trick. I have a tip for you, Heihachi main. Spam 1 back 2 is fine. But sometimes use 1 delay into just regular back 2. Why? Because if you can see this, the frames on 1 back 2, minus 2. Right? It's pretty good. Minus 2, you can sidestep, you can do whatever, basically neutral. But if you delay and use the regular back 2, it's plus 2. So what you can do, especially in the wall, you do jab, back 2, plus 2, you can do 1 1 2, flash punch. Just confirm it, 1 1, wall spread. Then you can get great damage, great combo damage, right? You can do that. It's a trick. And then of course you can use the down forward series, right? Down forward 1 1 touch 2, and use 4 4 4 4 gain momentum to pressure. You can use the stance to also gain pressure. Use a low. Right. You can also cancel it into setting 4, right? And of course, health sweep. Use the health. Mix the opponent. Use it, right? And that's basically his notable buttons. And last part is his general game plan. Use your movement. You have good movement. You have a wave dash. You can pressure it. Right? You can pressure. Place your electric timing. If the opponent is gonna come at you, do electric keep out. Right? It has a good hitbox. See from here, it hits. There you go. Right. You can dash electric, practice electric, dash electric. Yeah, just use your movement, right? And then practice sidestep electric. That's gonna save you a lot. And then of course use as hell sweep. It is +8. Use the string, and if you want the tracking, the single hell sweep, +8, you can frame trap it into your back 4. Back 4 is 18 frames, and if you do the hell sweep, you're +8, so they will trade with a jab, and you have the advantage for that trade because you get a counter hit launcher. You got a counter hit launcher, so that's pretty good. And use the hell sweep to make them duck. And if they duck, you can use 4-4. And if they duck, for example, defense. Nope, not that. Defense. Nope. Not go into stance. Use down for 1 series or the down for 4. 1% defense. But if you go into stance, get pretty good. And you can use the down for 1-2 in the neutral in your general game plan. But be careful. If your enemy is good, they can interrupt the down for 1-2 or they can sidestep it to the right. Actually, you have to step it to the right. So I have recorded here, for example. Right? This is a pretty obnoxious game plan from Heihachi. You use this, so you can pressure your opponent, but you also fight a Heihachi. This you actually can interrupt this with jab. Not with a 12, but with a jab. So if your opponent has like a G clef, you're gonna pay the price. Of course, they have to be fast, but if they have good reaction, you know, you got punished for it. And of course, as I said, you can set it to the right. There you go. Right? Oh, it is straight. There you go. Or they can just sidewalk the down forward. Right? There you go. Sidewalk left. And Heihachi's dead. Right? They have to sidewalk it though. You can't sidestep, right? Yeah, you cannot. Oh, you can, but you have to be like preemptively sidestep. But if you just sidewalk, there you go. You're dead, right? So just be careful of that. But of course, you can mix it with just down for 1. The opponent cannot interrupt. It's +3, pretty good. Or you can charge it if they only block. So you get +1. And I think that's general game plan. Use 4-4-4, use your movement, use your health sweep, right? Use your wave dash to mix them up. Use them for 1-2. And use your hit smash, always use your hit burst, always use it. Do hit smash. You get a mix up for it, just use them. And then you can use Warrior Instinct at the end to close out the match because you're the boss of the match, right? You already. And that's pretty much it. And I can show you like a great combo. There you a lot of damage, a lot of damage. So that's all for the guide, and thank you for watching. I'll be seeing a bunch of guides for other characters as well, and I'll also, for the next video, we'll also talk about the city stuff, especially with the balance patch and the characters. And yeah, but yeah, that's all for today, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.